Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about math problems for grades 1 and 2 that ask you to calculate the ages of a group of people and arrange them in the order of their age or something similar nature. In these questions, usually there will be a few sentences and each one will have some comparison on the age of people. If you read these sentences, they may sound puzzling, so I always draw a diagram to make it way simpler. Let me show you how, but before that, let's also discuss another easier way, or like I'd say quicker way to solve these problems, but that's only applicable if you have only like 3 or 4 kids, and maybe in those cases it's quicker to solve. But I always suggest that we go with the diagram method where we draw some lines and then solve the problem, which helps us to be more thorough, come at a more thorough solution. So let's start with the problem. The age difference between John and his older sister Susie is 8 years. John is 9 years younger than Natalie. Which of the following shows 3 children from oldest to youngest? So in this case, there are two ways we can solve. The first one is to work for simple problems. It will work for simple problems where we have to arrange 3 or 4 kids by their ages. But I'll also explain a second method later on. So let's start with the simple method. The age difference between John and his older sister is 8 years. That means John is younger than Susie and Susie is 8 years older than John. So there are like multiple different ways in which the problem will be worded. So you have to be careful about always finding who is the older. So that way you can use something standard, something more like familiar way of solving it. So Susie is 8 years. Sorry, John and his older sister is Susie, and the difference is 8 years. So we know that Susie is the older sister, and the difference is 8 years. That means Susie is older than John by 8 years. So that means we have Susie, who is greater than John, who is older than John. And then we have John is 9 years younger than Natalie. So, as I said, we always find the older person. So in this case, Natalie is 9 years older than John. So this means the same thing, right? John is 9 years younger than Natalie, means Natalie is 9 years older than John. So in this case, Natalie is older than John. So now we have to compare Natalie and Susie. So we know that Susie is 8 years older than John, and Natalie is 9 years older than John. So between Susie and Natalie, Natalie is older because Natalie is 9 years older, Susie is 8 years older. So whoever is the oldest has the maximum difference. Like the bigger the number with the youngest person is the gap between the oldest, and it will be much clearer when I explain using the diagram method. But for now, let's see. Let's if we can make sure that Natalie is older than Susie, then we can write it down here. Natalie is older than Susie. So now we have to arrange, or we have to find the right order of ages, or of the right order where people are arranged by their ages. So we know that Susie is older. So right, the first one says Susie is the oldest, and then John, and then Natalie. So oldest to youngest. So we know that Natalie is the oldest because Natalie is greater than Susie. Susie is greater than John. So these options will not work. The fourth option says Natalie is older. This is the oldest, but John is older than Susie, which is not correct. So the correct answer is the fifth one, where Natalie is older than Susie and Susie is older than John. So this is one way of solving this problem. The next comes my favorite method, which is this. So we draw 10 lines on the paper, and pardon my drawing. So these are not very straight lines, but anyway, so we just have to draw these lines, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 10 lines here, and now I start with the oldest person. As I said, we always go with the oldest person. So Susie is 8 years older. So every statement we pick the older one. So Susie and John's difference is 8 years, and Susie is the older sister. So Susie will put Susie at the top, at the rightmost bar, right? And here we place Susie. And we know that John is 8 years younger, so we count 8 lines from here: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. And this is John. So we put John here. Sorry, John. So we place John here. Again, we have to be very careful about where we are marking it. So let's put another line so we know that this is John. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, this is the one. That's John. And then we have Natalie, who is, uh, it says, the problem statement says that John is 9 years younger than Natalie. That is, Natalie is 9 years older than John. So now we have, between John and Natalie, we have to find nine older. So we have put John here. So we'll go, older is always we go rightwards, and younger we go leftwards. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and we have the ninth one missing. So we'll put nine, and this is Natalie. So now we have a diagram that shows who is the oldest and who is the youngest. So here it's much easier. You can see that Natalie is at the top, who is the rightmost, so she is the oldest, then Susie, and then John comes at a very younger age group. He's far away in the left. So rightmost is always the always the oldest, and leftmost is the youngest, and in between, whoever is there, that's our order. So Natalie, Susie, John is the order which we already found. So this is the easier, or like, this is the more sophisticated method to solve these problems, by drawing lines. And now I will go to another problem in a similar fashion. So let me just copy that problem here. So this is, there's a problem that says each of three children, Ali, Leah, John, Victor, and Sophie, get a birthday cake. I think there's some typo here. So I think there are five people. So let's say, each of the children, um, Ali, Leah, John, Victor, and Sophia get a birthday cake. The number on the top of the cake shows how old the child is. Leah is 2 years older than John. Again, we go back to our method of drawing lines. So here we have three, four. It's always better to draw 10 lines, because that way we don't fall short of in the count. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, and 10. And then let's say the number on the top of the cake shows how old the child is. So Leah is 2 years older than John. So let's put, uh, as we are saying, like, we usually put the older person in the end. So Leah is 2 years older, so we put Leah here at the rightmost, and John is 2 years younger, so 1 and 2. So this is John. Let's put the first two letters. I think that will be fine because they have different letters in their starting in their name. So now we have the second second part of the problem. Leah is 2 years older than John, but 1 year younger than Ali. So Leah is 1 year younger than Ali. So where do we have to put the next line? So Leah is 1 year younger. So Ali will be coming on the right side because Ali is older. So here we put Ali. And then Victor is the youngest. Which one belongs to Sophia? So this is the trickiest part. So it says, it doesn't say Victor is how young Victor is, but Victor is the youngest wherever he is. But we also know that these ages are in the sequence. So you can see from the answers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this is the age, these are the ages, and this is a basically this is the trick. So these are the ages, then Ali is 8 because Ali is the oldest, and then come Leah, who is 1 year younger, we know. So Leah is 7, and John is 2 years younger. So he's 5 because this one is 6. Whoever this is 6. And we are told that Victor is the youngest. So this one must be Victor. So this is 4, and this is Victor. We put VI. So now we have one person left, who is Sophia, and this is the only line that is left out of, because we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and there are 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the only line that is left is for Sophia. So Sophia is 6 years old. So which cake belongs to Sophia? We know that this is the one. So that's how we solve these problems. It's much easier when we draw the lines and we put the oldest person in the rightmost, and if needed we can add more lines as we find older people, and we just keep adding them with more lines to the right. And if we find younger people, we can also put lines on the left side. So that way we can arrange everyone by their ages, and it's very easier to see where they stand in the order of their ages. So with that, I'll end this video here. If you have any questions, feel free to just put a comment and I'll respond to your questions. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.